Have you heard about how business owners have been scammed out of millions of dollars because of the ERC program over the last year? It's true. And over the next few minutes, I'm going to share with you the scams you need to know about, how to avoid them, and why you absolutely should get your ERC money, but how to do it the right way. And so that you don't have to try to remember these important details, I have an absolutely free document that I created that outlines all of these details and a whole lot more. And all you have to do to get it is just drop a comment down below saying that you want this document, and I'll send it out to you via Messenger right away. Or if you want to click the message button, if there is one, or find my profile, either way, that's perfectly fine. Just send it to me and I will send it to you right away. You don't have to put an email address in or anything like that. I'm just going to give it to you absolutely free, so you got nothing to lose. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Anthony Nitz, and like most other business owners, I was thankful when programs like PPP and EIDL and ERTC were introduced to help businesses like ours. And while I certainly enjoyed those, it was the recent changes to the ERC program that got me most excited. So I started sharing it with other friends and family, only to learn how many scams and how much misinformation was out there. So I kind of ended up becoming, by default, an advocate for businesses like yours looking to explore ERC safely. And I've helped guide numerous businesses in this journey through my videos and other content. So now let me show you what those scams are, how to avoid them, and why you absolutely should get your ERC money. Scam number one is what we call take the money and run. And these are companies that are out there, they're promoting this, that they'll file your ERC for you when you pay them an upfront fee. Now, paying an upfront fee for somebody to do service for you, that's not necessarily the bad thing, but it's these companies that go out there and they say, give us money, lots of money, thousands of dollars, because that's a lot less than what you would pay on a contingency fee with a lot of the other companies, and we'll file it for you. But they know that it's going to take months for that process to take place. So after you've given them a check and they've cashed that check, and then you're sitting there a few months down the road and you go, gosh, what happened to my ERC filing? And you dial that number and you find out that that number is no longer in service. That's take the money and run. They're taking your money, and they've done it for millions. There's an article recently showing that millions of dollars have been paid to companies like this, and then they just vanish into thin air, and you don't want to be a victim of that. Scam number two is underfiling your claims so that they don't take any risk themselves. And this falls more under a shady practice than a scam in a sense. But the example here is you may fully qualify for the full $26,000. Maybe you don't. Maybe you qualify for less, and that's fine. But what a lot of companies are doing is they are underfiling your claim by a significant amount. So let's again say that you might qualify for $26,000, but they're only filing for $15,000. And the reason they're doing that is because later on, when your file is reviewed and audited by the IRS, and they look at it and they go, wow, they way underclaimed, right? So we're going to leave them alone, which means then you will leave that company alone, and they won't get it. Now, you'll be happy because, well, I still got a big chunk of money, but you ended up getting way less than what you deserve. You should get every single penny that is allowed to you, and you can do that if it's done the right way, so that you are safe and protected from audit. Scam number three is offering to pay you upfront for your claim, or for a portion of your claim, in exchange for signing over your entire claim. And a lot of companies are out there, not a lot, but there's quite a few companies out there who are promoting this strategy to business owners who might be desperate. They're going, gosh, if I just had this money, sure, you take 70%, just give me 30% up front. And that's a huge detriment, and in my opinion, is not a good practice. I mean, unless you're like you're going, to, a bad place tomorrow if you don't have that money today, well, then avoid these at all costs, because it's going to cost you a ton of money in the money that you would have not received. The next scam is telling you that you qualify when you actually don't, yet still going ahead and filing a claim. And the problem with this is that the IRS, they have a process. They kind of do a preliminary look over everything. If everything looks okay, then they're probably processing that claim and sending it out quick, because they're inundated with them, right? They have tons of them. And so somebody could get a claim through. The problem with this is that later on, when the business or when the IRS starts auditing these files, and you know that they're going to start auditing these files, and they go, hey, wait a minute. Now that we get deeper into it, things are not adding up. Well, we sent that company hundreds of thousands of dollars when they don't actually qualify, and they're going to come back after you to recover that money. Number one, get penalties and interest and fees, and a whole, how the IRS is. They're going for the jugular, right? That company who files for you, well, they're gone. They're out of business now because the ERC program has come to an end, and they've collected all their money and they've vaporized. So don't fall for that one. And the next scam is telling you that you qualify for much more than you would qualify for, right? And this is done both intentionally and unintentionally. The ones that are done intentionally, it's kind of like the last one that I just mentioned, where they're filing it on purpose, just so that they can get more money if they're collecting a contingency fee or something like that. But the ones who are doing it unintentionally, they are people like even your CPA, your bookkeeper, your payroll company, right? They may be filing for more or even below, right? And I consider that kind of a scam, because if you don't know all the details and the 8,000 pages of legislation that goes behind it, why are you bothering filing a claim for somebody else? Don't let somebody else file your claim for you if they are not qualified to, because in my book that falls under a scam as well. So the best way to avoid all of these scams is simple. You just need to know who the vetted companies are. But that's a problem, because you see 100 ads everywhere. You're getting them on radio, on TV, on all of your social media, on online advertising. You're getting text messages. You're getting phone calls all day long, direct mail, everything, right? Everybody's in this. And I have another video where I talk about why so many people are now on board with this. And you can go watch that later. But to try to figure out who is the actual, who's the best of the best, that's tough. That's hard to do. Well, don't worry about that, because I created that document that explains who I've researched in lots of research that I've done, who those vetted companies are that can provide an ERC filing for you the right way, the safe way. And that leads to my final comment of, you absolutely, if you are a business owner, it is my belief, you absolutely, regardless of what path you take, you absolutely need to file for ERC. You have a moral obligation, because if you don't file for ERC, whether you need it or not, then what's going to end up happening is those politicians, they're just going to wait for that program to end, April 15th, 2025, and then whatever money is still left and available in that pool, you think they're not going to get their grubby hands on it, and they're going to do stuff that has no benefit to you, your family, or your employees, or your business at all. And so what good could you do with that money? Absolutely, you need to file. You need to file with a specialist to make sure that you're getting the most amount of money so that you can do good with it. And again, that was a lot of content. So just so you don't have to try to remember all that information, I have a free document that I created. Like I said, it outlines all these details and a whole lot more that'll be helpful in your journey to explore ERC. And all you got to do to get this is just drop a comment below or message me either via the button on this page or through my profile or something else, or maybe I'll put my email on the screen or something. And I'm going to send it out to you right away. It's free. You don't have to put an email address in or any contact information. I'm just going to give it to you so that you have nothing to lose, a whole lot to gain, and I look forward to hearing from you in Messenger. Take care.